Though year 7 to year 8, I got quite a few detentions. We all know how I feel about that one. Um, I didn't really turn up to most of them. I turned up to maybe like 5 of them altogether, and it was mainly only because sometimes it was quite a good laugh in there because we were all there for the same reason, and I didn't mind going there. I actually felt like I was a part of something because someone would talk to me, and fairly, I don't blame people for not talking to me because I was quite horrible. Maybe not towards them, but I was always getting in trouble. I was kicking off, so I wouldn't expect them to say, "Hey Jack, how are you?" Because I think it's just in nature, people's nature, to not do that. If someone's being angry, the last thing you're going to do is go up to them like, "Hey, how's it going?" Because you just don't do that. But if the world was different, which it isn't, it might have been a bit easier. So the suspensions, probably, I think I maybe only got one or two in year 7. The rest of them just sent home, warning after warning after warning. Year 8, I was in school for I think it's like 40 minutes until I was suspended. Yeah, 40 minutes, first day back for year 8, and I was already suspended for 4 days or a week. Oh, dear me. And then I think that next week I was sent home and suspended again for another week. But personally, that first one, we had a new deputy head teacher, and I didn't actually know how strict she was, and I think I told her to fuck off. But I think four days to a week suspension's a bit harsh. So when I went back, I thought, well, I know exactly who I'm going to piss off today. So that's what I did. And I should have had more self-control. I do quite refer back a lot to the voice in my head. I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just making sure you guys know this is the main cause for everything. I don't want to use it as an excuse, so if it sounds like I am, I'm not intentionally doing so. But it was a big factor in my life for almost my whole life, and I can't stress enough how, well, just in general, how tough it was. So, but again, me saying that I'd do something because the voice in my head, that's not all true. A part of me did want to do it to impress people, or because I just didn't. I gave up on the education system just as quick as it gave up on me, and that was it. That's it to a T. I think maybe I'm going to go halfway through year 8. I was allocated to a support teacher who would come to me in my lessons. Now that just really, I don't know, that really pissed me off. It's as if they wanted to wind me up, maybe, because that's the last thing I wanted, was and to have a teacher sat next to me in class, having everyone asking me questions. Why is he sat there with you? And oh dear me, don't get me wrong, he's a really nice person, and I still say hello to him now if I see him. But he didn't know how to handle me. I don't think anyone knew how to handle me, to be honest. That was quite impossible. But his coping strategies or techniques to calm me down was just wrong. It was, yeah, I just didn't like him from the start because of what his job was. Really, I didn't. It was the last thing I wanted was to have a teacher follow me around up my ass all day at school, and so I just instantly took a disliking to him until I got to know him. But most of the times during having him as my support teacher, my sent homes and suspensions increased just because how simply easy it was for him to piss me off, and he didn't do nothing wrong but maybe say to me, "Oh Jack, calm down, you're being a bit loud," and there's me straight off, "Calm down." Oh, and so my temper from, if I was calm, it just went whoosh, and then off I went, because the last thing you want to say to someone well, basically, I mean, if someone's already calm, you say to them, "Calm down." Like, we can all relate that it's just the wrong thing to say. Oh, dear me. Am I wrong? Right, I'll take a little break from school for now. I feel like I'm dragging that into it a bit much, so I'll take a step back out of that, and let's go into some relationships of mine. So this is my weakest point, but yet my strongest. Being a Pisces, I mean, I can't really go straight to horoscope and say that defines me as a person, but it's pretty accurate when it comes to me. It's almost as accurate as can get, really. Same with being a February person. But for me, love has been the biggest factor of my life ever since I can remember. Having a girl by my side is what keeps me going. Without one, I find it really easy to sink into a hole and just sort of, I guess, get quite depressed. I was brought up around female company. My dad's always been the one to go out and do his hard work and bring back a roof over our head. My mum was working, I believe, at Walsall, but I could be wrong. That might have been before she had me, but I think maybe she had me after. Mum, if I'm wrong, my bad. I should know you better. And I was also around my great nans for a lot of time of my upbringing. This is the same house where I explained my first experiences. And like, I absolutely loved it there. She'd spoiled me rotten. She'd always give me some money to go to the shop to get penny sweets, or a cheese pasty, anything really. She'd always make jelly and ice cream. I'd never have them together, but I'd always have them separate. She'd make the best food, best pancakes. Oh, pancake day was just the best. So growing up around female company, it's quite expected, maybe, I guess, to need female company around me at most times, whether it's in a relationship that is intimate or not. It's just the females to be around, and maybe it's why I never fit into a group, because I was mainly trying to fit in with people who were male. And it was when I was maybe year 7 and year 8 was when I started actually making friends of the opposite sex, and it became a lot easier. I connected to them more. I had a lot more in common. I guess guys are just quite up their own ass sometimes. I don't know, they're quite disrespectful as well, I guess. Such as when they call a girl bird. That's always just been something to annoy me. I don't know, I've been one more for equality and equal respect to all people and genders, and all race. So I guess that's why I wasn't quite good fitting in with males, because they were always boisterous, where I've been more quite quiet and keep to myself. So female company, it's a number one factor, I guess, in my life. Most of my good friends are females. Almost all of my friends in the past have been females. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of male friends, and a lot of friends in the past have been males as well. I've just always had a better time around females. A girl who I had my first, how would I word it? My first meaningful, I guess, relationship, and that's not meaning anything sexual, just first meaningful, more by the heart, was a girl named Sophie. And we met at a park that was around the corner from mine. At the time I had no idea who she was. I seen her and I was like, whoa, she's a really pretty girl, she's really good looking. At the time, like, to my knowledge, about 10 minutes later, I found out that one of the other fellas who was in the park was going out with her, and I was like, oh, okay. They broke up, and I thought, oh my god, no way, this is the same girl who I met in that park that time, and like, I've had a really strong attraction to her. I thought, do I message her, do I not? I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm just going to leap in there, but then part of me just said, well, you know what, even if nothing come from it, she seemed like a really nice person. I wouldn't mind to get to know her anyway. So the age that I was at was 13, I believe. I could have been wrong, it might have been 12. And it was quite ironic, because it was SMN or MSM. I can't remember what the old network was, but that's what we spoke on, and we had Skype as well. And we both had the swine flu, so it was quite, it was kind of like hand in hand. We were both off for the same period of time from school. And we spoke endlessly all day, every day, and then that connection just grew stronger and stronger, and it was absolutely amazing. At the time, I was playing Restaurant City on Facebook, because Facebook was quite new as well, and wow, I absolutely loved that game. I did really good on it, and then I went bankrupt, and I was absolutely fuming, but that's nothing, that's not irrelevant. And so the girl, Sophie, we started speaking a lot. We decided we'd meet up, and it snowed on the day that we met, and it was her birthday, so it was quite, it was a very nice day, really. I walked down to town to meet her, so we met down there. We made a snow baby on the way back to mine. We big snowballs, and I'm pretty sure I accidentally dropped it and snapped its neck, so yeah, Sophie weren't happy about that one. My bad, apologies. Nothing really happened that day. I mean, nothing like intimate. Again, we were really young anyway. Kissing a girl at that age was kind of, that was like a scary step to take, you know. And for me, I've always wanted to wait for every moment to be right, whether there is a right moment. Sometimes I've learnt in life that sometimes it's never the right moment. The moment is now, and so even now, I don't know why I still don't apply by it, but maybe sometimes I should. And we went to mine. She put some music on. I thought it was a girl singing. I asked who it was. Apparently, it was Justin Bieber, and I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was good music. It was his first album. I don't know, is it One World, True World? I don't know. But yeah, I actually enjoyed listening to Justin Bieber, and every now and then it's a guilty conscience. I still do. After that, we continued speaking. We met up a few times more. After that, things didn't quite work out, I guess. We got a bit distant. I think that was my fault. It tends to be my fault most of the time. And we started getting in touch again maybe a year later, and at this point it's another story in itself. I started getting into free running, and for anyone that does know me know that free running for me is like my biggest thing in life. So, you know, free running, performing, everything that is involved with that, it's me all over. I guess I can't name her for reasons. I'll just call her Jay for now. So Sophie and Jay, they come out. I had another friend who I won't mention, I'll just call him A. And it was summer, and Tinchy Strider was quite a big thing at the time, and N-Dub's #1. There was Tayo Cruz, oh dear me, and I think maybe Ayaz with Replay come out at the same time. So that was like, yeah, that's when I used to listen to the top 40 or some rubbish like that, I don't know. And we'd always be out in the sun, and that was the year I actually planned to ask her out, and I did ask her out, and it didn't last long. I don't know what happened. Again, it would have been my fault. I don't think I was ready, or I just weren't committed at the time. I couldn't do it. Maybe we just had a bit of a clash, and you know, back then if you had an argument with someone in a relationship and you're young, you're stubborn and naive as anything to end it there and then, because you think, oh, it's never going to work, because really, you know, you need to have those arguments to build on a relationship, otherwise it's absolutely pointless. That was it was a really good summer for me. I remember the day I did ask her out, and there was quite a lot of us out that day, and we were in Nobles Park area. We were all sitting underneath one of them trees, and I asked her, you know, can I speak to you for a moment? And that was when I asked her out. Again, personally, it would have been nice for, you know, if that could have happened in a different way. Sorry. It didn't, though, and we're both on our own life journeys. We're both doing different things. Everything happens for a reason, really, I guess. So, but that's just one relationship of many. As I said, relationships are a big thing for me. At one point, I was known, I guess, quite bad for them. I was known to be a player or a shark, when I absolutely hate those words. The way I see it and the way I put it is like, yes, I had a lot of girlfriends. I would certainly wear a player. What I do, I mean, I'd be in a relationship, would break up. Another girl might find interest in me. I'd find interest in them. I'd move on. They'd break up with me. Same thing would happen over and over and over. It weren't very often that I'd break up with them, so therefore I'm known to be the bad guy because I'm the one that's in and out relationships. Yeah, they were also, and because they broke up with me, it's like, okay, I'll accept that. I'll move on. But yeah, I'm the player for it. I don't know. Yeah, you know, don't get me wrong. I've had quite a lot of girlfriends. I'm not quite proud of it. I wish I could have took more time, but again, I'm not blaming my horoscope being a Pisces or the reason that I need love in my life. But again, without it, I'm so down and depressed. So I didn't ever use a girl as a coping strategy. You know, I always did or I always had an interest in this girl. Sometimes I just thought, you know, I needed it when I didn't really. I just needed a friend, so I ruined a good friendship by having a further interest in them when it turned out actually I didn't. I would just like to say, if there's ever a girl who I have dearly hurt, and I am truly sorry for that. My interest wasn't to hurt you, it was only to do what was right, to do the best thing, and I'm sorry that things might have not worked out. I'm sorry if things ended worse than they could have. Some people I've left on good terms with, and some of them I'm still good friends with. But if I did ever hurt you, it weren't ever intentional, so I apologise for that, I really do. And I hope now that you're doing well, I hope you're having a good day. And, you know, if you're not having a good day, then there's a smile for you. I hope that might cheer you up just that tiny bit more. So, yeah, again, I'm sorry.